Good evening, friends. It's a delightful moment for me to be amongst you this evening. A very special day for me, Good Friday, to be amongst all of you in this happening city, Ahmedabad. I'm extremely thankful to the chairman of the Ahmedabad branch, Mr. K Raghu, for the excellent hospitality he has been given to us since morning, right from the time I landed here in Ahmedabad, and the entire managing committee members for the kind of love and affection what they've showered on me and the vice president. Let me tell you, Ankit, I'm really thankful to you from the bottom of my heart. Distinguished Vice President of our institute, Mr. Manoj Fadnis, I can say I'm a fortunate president to have Mr. Manoj Fadnis as the Vice President. He is a person technically sound, extremely talented, lot of experience behind him, and having Mr. Manoj Fadnis next to you is like having an encyclopedia going along with you. And we are very fortunate to have Mr. Manoj Fadnis being elected as the 63rd Vice President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, and I'm very happy that he is with us this evening. Aniket Talati, the young and charismatic chairman of the Ahmedabad branch, chip of the old block, I could say, doing a wonderful job, always a man of action, very methodical in his approach, and right from the time he got in touch with me for this program, he has been in touch with me, spelling out the entire program, sending me the minute-to-minute program, and I can see a lot of enthusiasm in Aniket, and it is young professionals like Aniket which I will be focusing on the current year. Our distinguished council members present here, jewel of Ahmedabad, Mr. Dinal Shah, a very simple, down-to-earth member of the council, contributed a lot. In the very first year, he was in the examination committee and then went about steering the International Tax Committee for 2 years. And this year, he's got a special role to play as the chairman of the Expert Advisory Committee. And I'm sure Dinal will do an excellent job as the chairman of this committee. And he has done an excellent job in creating a lot of international tax professionals across the country. And what I like in Dinal Shah is that he's a very simple person. And whenever I tell him, boss, where's your coat and tie? He said, no, Raghu, I don't believe in wearing a coat and tie. And we are very happy that Dinal is doing a wonderful job. And I'm really thankful to all the members in Ahmedabad for having gifted a wonderful council member in Dinal Shah. My good friend Mr. Venkateshwarlu from Andhra Pradesh, from Hyderabad, know him for the last 15 years. Currently a member of the district committee, working hand to hand with me, extending a lot of support. I'm very happy that he's amongst us this evening. Mr. Amrish Patel, Mr. Vikas Jain, Mr. Satyendra Jha, the Vice Chairman, Secretary and Treasurer of the Ahmedabad branch, Mr. Parag Rawal, 3 regional council members, Mr. Subodh Kedia, Mr. Priyam Shah, and of course Dheeraj has just joined us. I'm very happy to have all of you here. And a special mention to Sunil Talati ji. Whenever we come to Ahmedabad, the first thing we do is to call up Sunil Talati ji. He's a special person for me because when I entered the council, he was my first president. So I always have that love and regard for Sunil Talati ji. And 3 qualities what I like about Talati ji is the fact that he's a taskmaster, hardworking. He calls spade a spade, and he's put in so much of work for the profession. All of you have seen the kind of year what we had under this presidentship, an excellent year, and he groomed all of us. All of us had just entered the council. He used to call us to his cabin, guide us, and tell us this is what I expect you to do. And Talati ji has been a great mentor for me, and I'm really thankful to you, sir, for having joined us this evening. I'm really happy about Mr. Talati being here. I still remember vividly, Talati ji called me one evening and said, Raghu, I'm sending you to Tokyo, Japan. And on behalf of the institute, I'm not able to go, but you will have to represent the country. And he told me, you have to come back with one innovative idea. That is a task I'm giving to you. So I went to Tokyo, saw the bullet trains, went to the Japanese Institute of Certified Public Accountant, and this was ringing in my mind. Talati said, please ensure that you get something back to India. It was the last day, I was feeling very bad. How do I go and tell Mr. Talati I have not learned anything? And it so happened, maybe it was a matter of luck, I just saw a small notice board on the Japanese Institute of Certified Public Accountant. The new e-learning course, a grand success. I immediately told the secretary there, I would like to be the person who is in charge of these e-learning courses here, and I would like to see the demonstration. Immediately a meeting was set up. I was able to see the e-learning courses. That was in the year 2007. Immediately I was so happy, and I said, why don't we do it in India? I came back to India and I told our Honorable President, sir, we should start e-learning in India. He said, Raghu, you are from a technology city, you are from a bank, you are from Bangalore, why don't you do it? And that's how the e-learning era began in the institute, and credit should go to Mr. Talati. And on the personal front, we always used to say, Raghu, you should always be dressed smart. We always used to tell all our council members, you should always look smart. Even when you're at home, you should be smart, because your wife will watch you, she'll admire you. And Talati always to see him very well dressed, and that is one good quality Mr. Talati has. Then Ashwin Bhai Shah, I have nothing to say about Ashwin Bhai Shah, his commitment to the profession. I still remember when he had come to Bangalore for a conference, I had the occasion of picking up from the hotel. A very lovable personality, and we have seen his contribution to the profession. I'm really happy that Mr. Ashwin Bhai Shah is here with us to bless us, and I'm sure with all his suggestions, what he has given to us, we'll be able to take the institute to greater heights. Friends, having said this, it's a great honor to stand before you as the 62nd President of the Institute, and I can say that it's been an exciting journey for me. 22 years in the Institute, my entire professional career, I qualified in 1990 and entered the managing committee of the branch in 1991. The last 23 years has been an exciting journey for me in the Institute. Had an opportunity of meeting a lot of professional students across the country, and I can only say that yes, this gave me an opportunity to develop that kind of love and affection for the profession. And today, if you find me standing here as the president, the love and affection, what I've seen from the members and students has motivated me to work for the profession. And I'm really thankful to all the members around the country for the love and affection they've showered on us. Coming to Ahmedabad, Ahmedabad is a happening city. Everyone is talking about Ahmedabad, even down south in Bangalore. Yes, Ahmedabad is, everyone, even a taxi driver talks about the development taking place in Ahmedabad. In fact, Aniket, when he was driving us down to this venue, we saw the dedicated bus lanes. I think no other city is having this sort of a dedicated bus lanes, and it could be a role, model for many other cities to emulate from. And in this beautiful city, I'm sure a lot more developments will take place, not only for the citizens of Ahmedabad, but for also the members of Ahmedabad. This morning, I started my day at 3:30 in the morning. The flight from Bangalore was at 6:15. I landed at the airport. We went to the institute. We had a managing committee meeting, a brainstorming session as to what the agenda should be for the managing committee. We had a display committee meeting. We had a press meet, and of course, it was an action-packed day for all of us. But finally, I think such a large response of more than 1,000 chartered accountants present here. I'm extremely happy to be amongst you. And I'm really thankful to all of you for having joined us. Friends, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is the most happening professional body in the country, in the world I could say. And our profession is doing extremely well. It's a happening profession. We are growing fast. 240,000 CAs, 147 branches, 22 foreign chapters, 5 regional councils, young membership. A lot of activity on the profession. And I think all of us should be fortunate to be a part of this great profession. And this year, the action plan for the year 2014-15, every president gets an opportunity to articulate his action plan. And I'm very happy that Ahmedabad branch has put in all the 12 strategic focus areas which I have identified in action plan around this hall. And I would like to quickly take you through what exactly we plan to do for the benefit of the members, the students, and for the institute as a whole. Friends, leadership and influence is one area which we like to focus on. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is a leader amongst leaders. We would continue to play this role to perfection, and I would like to say we are working very closely with all the ministries, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, our parent ministry, where we will be helping them in the smooth implementation of the Companies Act. Our Honorable Vice President Manoj ji has talked about the concerns of the new Companies Act on the profession, but yes, I can only assure you that we have seen a lot of good things happening for us, and this new legislation would also bring in a lot of challenges for the profession and also new opportunities. We were talking about NAFRA, National Financial Reporting Authority, that has not been notified. That's the good news for all of us, because as an institute, as a council, we made a very clear representation to the ministry that we do not want multiple regulators. We said that the institute is doing a good job. We are doing a regulatory role to perfection. There is no need for us to have one more regulator to regulate the auditing profession. And when we met the Honorable Minister of Corporate Affairs, Sachin Pilot, on the 14th of February, one statement I made to him: sir, you're laying down office as a minister in the next 4 to 5 months. My only request to you, sir, please don't notify NAFRA. That will be one big contribution by you to the profession, because no member of the profession is happy with this National Financial Reporting Authority. He said, yes, Mr. Raghu, let me look into it. And today the section has not been notified, and I can say that is one big breakthrough for all of us, wherein the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India will continue to retain its premier role as the accounting regulator of the country. Friends, broadly there are 4 issues which I would like to touch upon, which are the concerns for us for the Companies Act. One is fraud reporting. The new Companies Act envisages a whole lot of additional responsibilities on you. As auditors, you have to report on frauds, you have to report to the audit committee, to the board, and within the next 60 days you should report to the central government. Yes, that's an additional responsibility, a huge responsibility that's being cast on you. And we from the institute would come out with the guidance for the members as to how they should go about reporting on frauds. But there's a lot of expectations from the legislation on fraud reporting, and in case we don't comply with the requirements, there's stiff penalties. So this is one thing which the members should keep in mind when they go about carrying out their assignments this year. Fraud reporting should be on the top of their mind. As far as audit rotation is concerned, the institute made a representation to the ministry to say that audit rotation is fine, but when it comes to private limited companies and one-person companies, audit rotation should not be made applicable to them. Because India is a country, we have a whole lot of small and medium practitioners, and it will impact each of them. I'm very happy that the ministry, after it has finally notified the rules, only the large size private limited companies have been brought under the ambit of audit rotation. So to a great extent, 90% of the professionals would not be impacted by audit rotation, because now audit rotation would be applicable to public companies, public limited companies and large size private limited companies. The third issue which I would like to share with you is the cap on the number of audits. Yes, this is a concern for us. Today, there is a cap of 20 audits every chartered accountant can audit. Whether it's private limited companies or public limited companies or one-person company, across the board, there's a cap of 20 audits. You can't sign more than 20, you can't carry out more than 20 audit assignments. We have met the Secretary of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs a few days back, myself and the Vice President, and we've given a written representation to him. It has been posted on the website, making it very clear to him this cap would not be an ideal cap for the members at large. It would impact all our practitioners across the country. The Secretary has assured us that definitely he will look into it, and we are very confident and hopeful that this cap of 20 would be not be made applicable to the private limited companies and the one-person companies. Once they don't make it applicable to the private limited companies and one-person companies, I think there's a lot for us to relax. These are the 4 issues they thought I would like to share with you. We are working constantly with the ministry. On the 20th and 21st, we have a special council meeting to discuss other issues concerning the profession and other issues on the Companies Act, which we would like to make a composite representation to the ministry. We are also working with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs to conduct investors awareness programs. We have taken a mandate to conduct 1,000 investors awareness programs, and I requested the chairman of the Ahmedabad branch to help us out in this initiative in going to nook and corner of this particular state to conduct investors awareness programs. As far as the Ministry of Finance is concerned, we got a very good relationship. In fact, a few months back, we helped the Ministry of Finance to popularize the VCA scheme, where for the first time in the history of the institute, a live webcast was done from the Ministry of Finance. We had Mr. Chidambaram speaking to all the members across the country, and more than 25,000 chartered accountants viewed this webcast. Mr. Chidambaram said, yes, you people have helped us for the voluntary scheme under the direct taxes. We want your help for this, and we helped them in this initiative. It was a big success. We are in constant engagement with them, pre-budget memorandum, post-budget memorandum, all the new legislations, and of course the current concern on the expanding the definition of accountant, which the council is seized of, is something which we are now speaking to the ministry. We met Mr. Rajiv Tapru, the finance secretary, 2 days back, and we expressed to him our concern. We said that this is not okay with us, and as far as the definition of accountant is concerned, it should be restricted only to chartered accountants, because we are the ones who are the most ideal people to conduct a financial audit. He patiently listened to us and he said he will definitely look into it. We have made it very clear that we would not like to get into the domains of other professionals. Cost audit is a domain of cost accountants, secretarial audit is a domain of company secretaries, and tax audit and statutory audit is a domain of chartered accountants, and we would not like to get into other domains. He was very happy about it, and he said, definitely Mr. Raghu, we will definitely look at it. We have made a representation to the chairman of the CBDT also. We met him personally. But yes, our strategy would be to watch how the developments take place in the next few months, and then we will try to work out a plan as to how exactly we should see that this is the definition doesn't undergo change. Coming to the IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards, 2016 would be the kickoff date for IFRS in India. We have given a revised roadmap to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, and I make a request to all of you present here that it's time for you to learn these new international reporting standards. When you travel around the globe, you find that more than 130 countries have adopted in the IFRS the preparation of financial statements, and it is absolutely essential for us to align ourselves with what is happening globally. We can't be isolated and say, no, we are not interested in IFRS. The council has taken a decision that yes, we have to adopt IFRS, and to begin with, we have taken a decision from 1st of April 2016, IFRS will be applicable to the consolidated financial statements of all corporates in the country. The reason why we thought we should make it applicable to consolidated financial statements is that there is absolutely a tax neutral IFRS regime coming to the country. Because when you start applying IFRS for the standalone statements, financial statements, there will be a huge tax impact which the Ministry of Finance is not keen, the business houses are not keen, so we decided that let's start applying IFRS for consolidated financial statements. And now that the Companies Act mandates preparation of consolidated financial statements, I think the framework is ideal for us to take off on the IFRS front. One big benefit which I see for India is that once our companies are IFRS compliant, we have a whole lot of foreign funds coming into it, we have a lot of foreign direct investment coming into it. And we had the chairman of the International Accounting Standards Board coming to Delhi recently. He told me, Mr. Raghu, one big advantage your country would have if you adopt IFRS is that more and more global investors would look at India as an investment destination. So we are all set for the IFRS regime. We have launched certification courses, and those of you who would like to specialize in this area, this could be a great consulting opportunity. As far as the regulatory role is concerned, the District Committee of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is doing its job. I'm happy to inform you that we have cleared all the cases before 2007, and maybe in the next 1 year we'll be able to complete all the pending cases. The Financial Reporting Review Board is reviewing the financial statements of various top companies in the country. We're doing the peer review mechanism. My only request to all the members here, if your firm is selected for peer review, please ensure that you go through the peer review process, because there's a Chinese wall between the peer review committee and the district committee, and there's nothing for you to worry about if something in the course of conducting a peer review comes across something which you feel that you might report to the district committee. So it is absolutely essential. Our intention of conducting peer reviews to improve the quality of professional work, help you to build in the right kind of audit documentation, and we are there to support you. The Ethical Standards Board has a robust framework where chartered accountants should follow the framework. But yes, we have come across instances that chartered accountants have signed more than 45 tax audits. We have got the entire data from the CBDT. executive committee in the last meeting went through it, and we will be sending letters to all the members seeking explanations to why they have signed more than 45 tax audits. And very shortly, you will have notices going to all the chartered accountants who have signed more than 45 tax audits. As far as the interaction with the regulators is concerned, Reserve Bank of India, we have been working closely with him, with the Reserve Bank of India, trying to see if we can reduce the threshold limit from 20 crores to 6 crores. But yes, last year we were not able to do it, even though we met the Honorable Prime Minister of India. But this year we decided we'll make a representation once again to the Reserve Bank of India to review the threshold limit, because we believe that the entire banking industry should be subjected to audit. There can be no shortcut, and we have tried to speak to all the top people in the Reserve Bank of India, the executive director, the deputy governor, that bank branch audit should be, the threshold limit should be reduced. I'm sure they will look into all our concerns. But only one thing what the Reserve Bank of India Deputy Governor said, Mr. Chakraborty, Mr. Raghu, there are so many opportunities for your professionals in the banking sector. We want to utilize the services of chartered accountants conducting forensic audit of NP accounts. We want you to take the service of chartered accountants for conducting risk-based audit. So there's absolutely no need for your profession to panic. We would like to utilize the services of your members for various other activities. We are working with IRDA, and this month we are celebrating the insurance week because of their founding anniversary celebrations. We are jointly working with them to see how best we can help them with insurance inclusion. We are also working with SEBI, and only one thing I can say is that yes, we are playing a regulatory role to perfection. The second area of strategic focus is global recognition. A lot of opportunities are there for our members in the Gulf region, in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Muscat, Doha. A lot of opportunities. Many young CAs are going there. Australia is the next destination. That is Singapore. That is Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane. A lot of opportunities, and then Singapore. We would like to encourage more and more youngsters to take up global opportunities, because we see a lot of attractive pay packages for our members globally. We will also continue in our pursuit to enter into mutual recognition agreements. We have MRAs with 6 countries, and we propose to have MRAs with many other countries. Currently, we have 22 chapters, and this year we plan to add 6 new chapters. One in Hong Kong, one in Bangkok, one in Vancouver, one in Tanzania, and I'm sure we'll be able to set up about 6 chapters and 1 or 2 more chapters in America. During my recent visit to IFAC, I had the opportunity of visiting the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, wherein we have got into a dialogue with them to utilize their expertise in the field of forensic audit, because we thought somewhere we should begin, because our MRA has failed with the AICPA. But yes, somewhere we thought we should begin a relationship, and we have decided that yes, we will take some knowledge transfer from them in the area of forensic audit. As Aniket said, this year a special flavor for the year would be empowering women. 22% of our membership are women members. I'm sure each one of you present in this hall know that women members have challenges that are different for other members. Many women members, the moment they get qualified, they get into a job, they get a very good pay package, but after 5 years, they get settled. They have to take care of the children, they have a lot of domestic commitments, they get disconnected from the profession. And the next 10 years become a big challenge for them. And that is when we find that these women find themselves, feel very bad, disconnected from the profession. You have many instances of women members meeting you and saying, sir, my father was very keen that I should become a chartered accountant. I put in a lot of hard work, became a CA, but today I'm just a housewife. I'm doing nothing but managing my children, and they feel very bad about it. This was always bothering me. How do you think we can help them? And we decided we will have a new committee, Women Empowerment Committee, and this committee will launch a flexi working portal for women members on the 21st of this month. This flexi working portal would be accessible by all the corporates around the country, all the member firms. We'll make a request to all the firms to utilize the services of chartered accountants, women members who are ready to work on a flexi basis. So let us say there's a woman member who is ready to work from 12 to 4, she can register on the portal, and we will make a request to all the firms and the corporates. If they are looking at women members who are ready to work on a flexi basis, they could access the portal and get in touch with the women members and get into an active engagement. This is one initiative which we are planning. I am hopeful that it will help all the women members of our profession. The next important thing which we want to do for women members is that the new Companies Act says that one independent director should be a lady, woman. So we thought we will showcase to the corporate world that our women members are the most ideal to be the independent directors of companies. So we are starting a program, training program across the country. We'll create a panel of women members who have gone through this program, and we will tell the corporate world that yes, you can utilize the service of our members for being as independent directors. With a lot more activities for the women members, which I would request all the women members to be. Young members is something which would continue to help the young members, because 50% of the membership are below the age group of 35. They are not interested in bank audit. They are not interested in CNDG audit. They want to do something different. They want to get into forensic audit. They want to get into ERP implementation. We want to support them, encourage them, try to map their concerns. One big concern is that many of them are not getting into practice. An area like indirect taxes, I'm sure in Ahmedabad you will hardly have very few CAs or specialized in indirect taxes. So we want to encourage young members. Members in practice and members in industry will continue to be our focus. We are planning a lot of initiatives for them. I would not like to touch upon that. And as far as the technology is concerned, yes, I'm extremely passionate about technology. We have the mobile app. About 80,000 chartered accountants have downloaded this. In case you have not downloaded it, I would request you to please download the mobile app. It's available on Android and your iPhones. We also have launched a knowledge gateway on the 12th of February 2014, where all the knowledge resources of the Institute of various committees have been posted on the knowledge gateway, and you can get video lectures, e-learning courses, and various other PowerPoint presentations on various subjects which will be useful to you. Very shortly, you will have a digital library wherein you will be given a user ID and a password, and you will have access to a lot of online resources. And here, Mr. Deenal Shah is helping me a lot in trying to create this digital library. I'm sure this will be a welcome step for the minister. Friends, on the infrastructure front, we have passed a robust infrastructure policy. We want to go on the fast track. And yes, Ahmedabad has been chosen as a good destination for doing infrastructure projects. I have requested the chairman, Aniket Talati, that very shortly, the next 10 months is the target given to the management committee. We should have the new branch building coming at KCP. I have assured him complete support, financial support. I said you just have to get started and we are there to support you. I have only requested him to make a state-of-the-art building. That's number one. Number two, as far as infrastructure is concerned, I told him we already have 2 reading halls in Ahmedabad. I requested him to set up 2 more reading halls. He has agreed to my request of setting up 2 more reading halls. And I'm sure both these, the building and the reading halls would be very useful. And another important thing which I have told him is that our computer centers in Ahmedabad are outdated. I have told him to hire a big space and have a mega computer center which should be the best in the country. And for this, I told him you should immediately go ahead and plan for a high-tech computer center so that we are able to impart training to all the students in Ahmedabad. And these are all the short-term goals for the current managing committee on the infrastructure front. But on the long-term front, Deenal Bhai is working hard. We plan to have a new building for you. This facility is not sufficient. It's bursting to the seams. There is a plan to do a new building. There's a plan to do a center of excellence. And the entire committee is working round the clock to see that a lot of action takes place in Ahmedabad. As the president of the institute, I can only say to all the members present here, any proposal comes to me from Ahmedabad, I can assure you I will give my total support and see that we are able to steer this particular project. On the national front, we are going full swing on infrastructure. We want to create 100 reading halls across the country. We've already done about 60. We would like to create another 40 reading halls, and we want to set up 50 high-tech labs. It's a huge ambitious task what we have on the infrastructure front. Students, we are doing ICATE. 15th of August is the launch of this ICATE. We have entered the MOU with the Ministry of Human Resource Development. We are having the cloud campus. We are having a lot of activities for the student community where e-diary, artificial training portal, online mentoring would all be features for the student. Research, Vice President has already been mandated to strengthen our research of the institute. I am very sure with his rich knowledge, he will be able to set up a very good research wing of the institute, and we would like to demonstrate to the government that yes, our profession is good in research, and that is when we can influence the government also. Lastly, friends, which I would like to touch upon before I conclude is brand building. When we met the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Manmohan Singh, when we met the President of India, Mr. Pranab Mukherjee, everyone has good words about the profession, about the Chartered Accountancy Institute, about the CA, and that is something all of us should be proud of. wherever we go, there's a good word about the profession. Even globally, there's an excellent name for the CA Institute and the members. I can assure you, we'll go about building the brand of the Institute this year also, and we have identified brand building as one strategic focus area in the current year. Lastly, membership support services. I think this is something which we would like to focus on. The Chartered Accountants Benevolent Fund, wherein we help our members in distress. We have the corpus of the CA Benevolent Fund is highly inadequate. So when we had the opportunity of recently inaugurating the Mangalore branch building, Mangalore has got a new branch building. I had the opportunity of inaugurating that. Mr. Mohandas Pai, the former director of Infosys, is now in the Manipal group, was sitting next to me, and I asked him, sir, I want your help for the CA Benevolent Fund. He said, Raghu, you should go about an ambitious task of raising 100 crores, and the first crore would be from my side, and we announced a contribution of 1 crore for the CA Benevolent Fund. Friends, the reason why I say that we need to work on the CA Benevolent Fund is that we get many applications from members and spouses of members in distress, and we are not able to support them. Talati ji would agree with me that we have been supporting so many families, and we support them for a period of 10 years. 4,000 rupees is what we pay every month for a period of 10 years. But recently, a year back, we've taken a decision that the support would get reduced from 10 years to 5 years because the corpus is dwindling. So I thought this year, as a president of the institute, I should take a task of identifying people who can contribute. And I only request to all the members present here that yes, I would make an earnest appeal to each one of you to contribute to the CA Benevolent Fund. When I was in the Mumbai airport last week, a young chartered accountant came to me and said, Sir, are you Mr. Raghu? I said, yes, sir, I'm extremely thankful to the institute because the CA Institute, supported our family. My father passed away in a road accident. My mother had made an application to the CA Benevolent Fund, and that 4,000 rupees was a very big amount for us, sir. And today, my mother was keen that I should be a chartered accountant, and I am a chartered accountant. I am extremely thankful to the institute for the support you have given to us. And he said, sir, my salary, 1 month salary I'll be contributing to the CA Benevolent Fund, and I request you to help more and more people. This is the kind of, incidents what we have. I think each one of us have been extremely blessed. God has given us an opportunity to be successful in our profession. And yes, I know a lot of prosperous chartered accountants are there in Ahmedabad. I've made a request to Mr. Talati ji and also Mr. Purushottam Khandelwal, who is sitting there, our past chairman, to work on this project to see that how best we can get a good support from Ahmedabad. Finally, friends, I can only say that I seek your participation, I seek your involvement, and I'm sure together we'll be able to bring about a change in the activities of the Institute. I can assure you it will be an action-packed year. I'll put in all my energies at my command and see how best I can help to take the image of the Institute to greater heights. With these few words, I'm extremely thankful to all of you for listening to me patiently. That yes, I'm really delighted to be amongst you. Thank you very much.